In this video, we'll see how to use AI in Davinci Resolve 19 to create this guy. Alright, let's start. First thing we'd like to do is to get the first frame of the video so that later we can add the robot on this frame. Then we will send this frame to the AI. The AI will generate for us a video with the robot walking. Then we will extract the robot from this AI video using the Davinci Resolve Magic Mask. And we will just place this robot on the original video. So let's start by getting the first frame of the video. To do that, we can go in the color tab in Davinci Resolve, right click on the video, click on grab still. Now if you open the gallery here, as you can see, we have now an image. And if we right click on this image that we click on export, then we can just get this image. And so in our case, we would like to get a PNG or JPEG file so that we can just send it to the AI. And I will just call it first frame and save it. Okay, now that we extracted the first frame from Davinci Resolve, we can pass this image to an AI. Today we will use Adobe Firefly, which is for me the best tool to do that, to add elements to an image. Other tools are able to do it, but I found this one the best. And also it's free to use. So if you go to the website firefly.adobe.com, I will put a link in the description, you can directly start to upload images and add elements to it. You will have 25 images per month, so it will be enough for us in our case. Okay, let's upload the image. So I will just upload the first frame that I just exported. And as you can see now, we have three choices. Either we can insert a new element to the image, which will be what we'll do right now. We could also remove an object from the image, or we could expand the image if we wanted to. In our case, we would like to insert an element, so I will just draw where I would like to add the robot. Don't make it too big, because you have to understand that the AI will regenerate all this zone for you. So if you make it too big like this, for example, the AI won't be able to generate all that zone because it's too big. And so let's just draw the zone again. Okay, I will make it quite small like this. And now we are able to enter a prompt. In our case, we would like to add a robot, so we'll just write it here in the prompt. I will make a really basic prompt. The goal is not to make it too complex for today, but if you wanted to describe a bit more what you want to generate, like let's say a red robot with 2 legs, you could also do it. And now let's click on the generate button. We have these 3 robots. Me, I like this one, so I will keep it. And now we can just download this image. So click on the download button. It will add at the bottom of your image a small Firefly logo, which is not a problem for us because later we'll use the Davinci Magic Mask, and so it will only keep the robot. Okay, let's just save it. And now that we have our image, we will be able to pass it to another AI and generate a video from this frame. Now let's talk a little bit about AI video generation models. At the time I'm recording the video, almost every month these models get updates, and also we see some new models coming up. But still, I found these 3 models to be the best ones. So the first one is named Kling AI, and that's the one we'll use today. The only issue with this model is that it's made by a Chinese company, so probably the data that you send to them will be less safe than when you send it to Runway or Dream Machine. But I found this model to be especially good to create videos from images. That's why I really often use it when I want to animate images like we will do today. Second one is probably the most famous one, Runway. It's also the most expensive one, but you can get some really nice results if you subscribe to Runway. We won't really see it today, but you should definitely give it a try if you can afford it. And the last one is called Dream Machine. The issue I have with this one is that even if it's really good, when we try to generate a video from an image, most of the time, even if we ask the model not to move the camera, we always have some camera movements, and it doesn't only animate the part of the image that we ask for. In this case, I only ask to animate the robot, but it's also animating my arm and everything. That's why I really prefer Kling AI to generate videos from images. So let's do it now. Now let's animate the image that we got from Firefly. If you never used Kling AI before, you will be able to get some free credits when you create a new account. So you will be able to use the best model, which is the Kling 1.5 with a free account. And you will just get a small watermark at the bottom right of the video if you don't pay for Kling AI. Okay, so let's start. To use Kling AI, let's go to AI videos, and then we will go to image to video. And here we will be able to upload an image. So we might think that we could directly upload the Firefly image that we downloaded and just create a video from it. Sometimes it will work, but sometimes we'll have some issues like this, where even if I asked the AI to create a robot walking, it's animating my face instead of animating the robot, because my face is too close from the camera, and so it makes the AI think that it needs to animate the face. So to avoid this kind of issue, we can just crop the image and just keep the part of the image with the robot that we want to animate. And so it will make the work easier for the AI, and it will understand better that it needs to animate this robot. So let's just crop the image. So I will just use Figma to just crop the image, but we could use any tool. So in Figma, I will just select the crop tool and then only select the part of the image with the robot. And so we will keep also the floor where we want to have the robot moving. And that's it. We can just put it a bit bigger if we want to be sure that the arms of the robots will be in the image. And that's all. Then I will just export this image. So in Figma, just let's click on export and name it as you wished. Now in Kling AI, I will just upload the cropped robot that I just exported from Figma. And as prompt, I will just put a robot working like this and nothing else. Again, like in Firefly, we could put a more complex prompt, but in our case, we'll again keep it simple. And we will just let everything by default. Just select Kling 1.5 to have the best model. There is a big difference between the 1.0 and 1.5. Also, you will have the choice between 5 or 10 seconds. In our case, I will put 10 seconds and just generate. So in my case, I had already generated the videos before to be faster recording a video. We get this video, which is fine. We have the robot working exactly as we wanted. And so now we will just send this video to Davinci. Just use the magic mask to select only the robot and remove all the background, and just place this robot on the original video. So let's download the video. In my case, because I have a paid plan, I'm able to export the video without watermark. I will download it, save it, and import it into Davinci. We are back in Davinci. I just imported my video. And now, obviously, it's not positioned correctly. So we will try to just place the video where it should be. So let's use the transform tool for that. And let's place this video where it needs to be. I just placed my AI video above the original video. I could do better by placing it a bit more precisely. But anyway, as we can see here, it's not a really good way to do it, because we will always have some small color changes, and also the AI is generating some movements to my arm which are not existing in the original video. So the more we will advance in the AI video, the more we will see that it's not really fitting. As you can see, my arm is now not correctly placed. That's why you will need to remove the background behind the robot, and we will only keep this robot in this AI video. To do that, we will use the magic mask. If you never used the magic mask before in Davinci, you will have two ways to do it. The first one is in the Fusion tab here by just adding a magic mask node, or we can also use it in the color tab. Personally, I would prefer to use it in the Fusion tab because we would have more control on it and we would be able to use it with other nodes. But generally, we have better performances when we use it in the color tab. So that's why we will use it here today in the color tab. To use it, just click on the magic mask button here. And when you click on this button, you will be able to select the zones that you would like to keep. So in my case, I would like to keep the robot. So I will just start drawing all around this robot. So I will go on the first frame and just start drawing all around the robot. So I will just start with the body of the robot. Now we'll do the first arm. So I will just unzoom a bit. Just start selecting this one like this. Okay, same thing here. And if you don't see the red zone that you're selecting, just enable the toggle mask overlay here. As you can see, when we disable it, it removes the red zone, so just enable it if you're not seeing the selection that you're making. Okay, we'll do the first leg, now the second one. And we can also do the feet. Nice, okay. Now we'll do the head of the robot. And now to improve the results, we will work on the better performances mode. Generally, when we use the magic mask, we will always want to use the better mode. We just finished to select the robot, but we have an issue. We have some part of the walls that are getting selected, which is not what we want. So to unselect this zone, we can just select the minus icon here and just start drawing all around the zones that we don't want to select. So we'll just draw all around the robot like this. Perfect. And also I will just draw between the arms, even if we don't really need it right now because it seems to work correctly even without it, but to make sure that the tracking works better, we will do it. Same thing between the legs, we will just unselect here and we should be fine. Now we can start the tracking. To do that, we will just click on the 2 arrows button here. Okay. So it works quite well. We just have a few issues. We can see that sometimes we are getting the head that is a bit unselected, or here this zone that is getting selected, which is not what we want. So we will just, where we start to have the issue, reselect a little bit. So let's just go one frame before we start to have the issue and just unselect this zone like this. All right, we seem to have a nice tracking. If we play the video, we just have the arm that is glitching a little bit sometime. I think we are fine because we will just fix some issues by adding a deflicker node to say to Davinci when, for example, 1 or 2 frames are having a wall selected, assume that it's a mistake and just don't select the wall. That's basically what will do the deflicker node. Let's just create the deflicker node by going here in the effects, just dragging the deflicker node to the canvas, adding it here. Okay, also we will work with the alpha channel because we want the background to be transparent. So we'll just relay the alpha channels of both nodes. Now we are getting the mask again. And also I would like to send the alpha channel to the edit page so that we don't get the background as black. If we don't send the alpha channel, basically nothing will be transparent. So the background will be black instead of being transparent. So if you don't have the blue mark here, you can just enable it by right clicking on the canvas and click on add alpha output. It should add for you. Let's go back to the edit page, play the video, but we'll see that it will be very slow and it's not working really well because it's taking a lot of the GPU to do a magic mask and after a deflicker like this. So to improve the performances of Davinci, we can just right click on this track, click on render in place, and something really important to do to keep the background transparent is to set the NXHR like this as the codec and HQ as the type, right? Then you can, if you want, give a name to your clip and click on render. And so basically it will just export your track here. And so when you will play it in Davinci, it will play the video and not processing it all over again. So let's click on the render button. Then we can select where we want to save the file. I will just keep it by default. All right, rendering is finished. Let's just play to see what we got. And now we can see that the robot is working. We don't have the background behind it and the video is playing correctly. We could improve a lot the tracking of the robot and avoid the small tracking mistake that we have. Sometimes we can see that we get some parts of the wall that are getting selected. We could just do it by adjusting manually the magic mask, just go on every frame, where we have some issues and just reselect again the robot. But since it's not a magic mask course, we will just let it like this for today. But yeah, if you want to improve your rendering, you can just do it like this, just by, like we saw before, going to each frame and adjusting it. The issue that we still need to fix is that the AI video is longer than my original video, because in Kling AI I generated a 10 seconds video, whereas that my original video is only 7 seconds 30. So I will just change the clip speed of my AI video. I will just put it to 150, let's say. All right, now it's a bit too short, a bit too fast, sorry. So let's just adjusting it again. This time maybe 120. Okay, and let's just drag it like this. All right, let's play it again. So now the robot is working at the correct speed and my AI video is not longer than my original video. Perfect. Now what we could do is to create a magic mask on myself, to just put myself on the foreground and avoid getting the robot in front of me. The robot needs to be behind me. So let's just use exactly the same technique that we used to create the mask on the robot, but this time on myself. So to do that, I will just duplicate this track. First of all, I will just unlink the audio and the video so that I only copy the video track. Okay, so let's just copy it, Ctrl V. Now you can see that we just passed it, the same video, and let's just place it over the AI video, sorry. Okay, so now we will use exactly the same technique that we used on the robot. So let's go back to the color tab and let's just create a magic mask on myself. So to do that, I will just select magic mask here. And this time I will select myself. So it will be quite fast, and normally it should work way better than the robot because we have more contrast between the elements. And so the magic mask will just work better. Okay. I will just unselect the chair like this. Perfect. All right. Again, we select the better mode and let's just drag it like this. All right, we just finished. This time we don't really need a deflicker. The tracking seems to work correctly. So let's just add an alpha output and let's just connect it and go back to the edit page. Okay, so now we can see that this time if we move the robot is getting behind me. Perfect, so we can adjust a bit the position of the robot if you want to be more realistic. So let's say we want the robot to go a bit on the left at the end of the video. To do that, we can just track the location here. So let's just enable the position, sorry, not the zoom. So first select the robot, then enable here the tracking of the position. And let's say here I would like the robot to go there. I could do it like this. And we would have the robot moving a bit differently and being behind me. So it makes a more realistic render. All right, I just finished by myself to just adjust manually the position of the robot. Also, I changed a bit its zooming, so we can see that now the closer the robot is getting to the camera, the bigger the zoom is, so that at the end of the day we have a really big robot. Now we start to have a great result. I will just adjust a bit the magic mask by myself of the robot that we did before. So I will just cut the video and adjust it manually. To do that, we can just decompose the robot video to the original. That's what I will do right now. And so now I'm able to adjust manually the magic mask of the robot. I just finished to adjust manually the magic mask. I also improved a little bit the positioning of the robot. At the end, I cut a little bit the video at the beginning, and also at the end of the video I made this frame fixed. So let's play it to see what we got. Perfect. Now what is missing are the sound effects. To generate them we will use 11 labs. I will put the link in the description. It's really easy to use. We just have to add a prompt and it will generate some sound effect for us. I already made it to be faster doing it. I will just show you how it works. So basically you enter your prompt here. Also in the settings we can enter a duration for the song. In our case we want to set it to the duration of the video, which is 6 seconds 35. All right, and then click on generate. In my case I have already done it and I like this sound. Okay, so we'll just download it, save it, and import it to Davinci Resolve. Alright, now in Davinci Resolve we will just drag and drop it to the timeline, place it at the bottom. Right now it's a bit too high, so I will decrease a bit the volume. Perfect. Now we got the sound effects, we got the robot working. Okay, so everything is ready. Let's export the video by doing a quick export. So we will just use the default YouTube presets and export it. Okay, we'll name it robot working and let's see what we got. Alright, I think we got it. If you like this video, you can also go on my website. I think it's an even better way than watching YouTube videos to learn it directly from the website, because I tried to reproduce the entire Fusion view directly in a web browser, so that when you follow a YouTube video, you can directly see the workflow that is doing the instructor. So it's way easier to follow a video. Also, I will publish some articles about learning Davinci and Fusion. And soon I will also make some courses if you want to go deeper and really learn in depth this software. So yeah, the URL is filmacademy.io. And also if you have some ideas about things that I could implement on the website, just tell me in the comments and I will try to implement it really soon. I really hope you like this video. The goal today was just to show how we can use AI tools and import its rendering into Davinci Resolve. Obviously we could do a lot better by adjusting manually the lighting, exactly like we would do normally on a normal video, not an AI video. So if you want to see how to go deeper and how to get a better keying, a better lighting, I can definitely show you that. You can just post a comment and ask me to do it and I will try to do it really soon. Also, if you like this video, please subscribe, it helps me a lot. So see you soon and thanks for watching the video.